He died like a dog. He died like a coward.
He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to around with the United States. I told Abdul, don't do it anymore. You do it anymore, you're going to have problems. And he said, why do you send me a picture of my house? I said, you're going to have to figure that out, Abdul.
So what do you say? Who's down to black out the sky with some jets and make it rain glass in the desert, huh? Former Undersecretary of Defense, Secretary Robert Wilkie. Sir, we got some pretty thin options here, and we're just kicking the can down the road if we don't take them.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you just said what needs to be said. These people have been at war with us since 1979. I was a youngster at Fort Bragg. I lived 4 houses down from somebody you know from your world, Charlie Beckwith, who commanded the failed mission at Desert One. The colonel across the street from us happened to be on temporary duty in Tehran in November of 1979, and he stayed there for over 400 days as a hostage. They've killed thousands of our soldiers and threatened to kill the president. What you said is absolutely essential. It can't be a one-off. It can't be a United States Navy show. It has to include the hard, weeks-long campaigning of the heavy bombing of the United States Air Force, the B-52s, the B-2s, the B-1s, that will break the ground, destroy the bunkers, and really put an end to look, Carl, this is one of the most evil regimes in modern history. And I always fall back, and you and I have talked about this, on something gold in my ear always said. If somebody tells you over and over again he wants to kill you, believe him. That's what these people want to do. If they are let off the hook, the ramifications for global peace will be cataclysmic.
Right. Yeah, and look, I'll be honest, mine's much more petty considering that I was fighting with them. But, I think on a global scale, we got to take them out anyway. But, there's interesting, and you being in the number 2 at the Pentagon for quite some time, there is actually an X account, a Twitter account that tracks the pizza restaurants around the Pentagon.
Yes.
And it's never wrong. When you are ordering more pizzas from those things, there are probably bombs coming out of the sky. And as of this afternoon, various pizzerias near the Pentagon are reporting above average traffic, including both nearby Domino's locations, sir. Looks like we might be raining down.
Yeah, and the corollary to this, Carl, is that this impacts the battle space in Ukraine. It impacts the Chinese, and you combine that with what the president has done in Venezuela by eliminating Iran and China and Russia's outpost in South America, what's about to happen in Cuba, and what will also happen in Nicaragua. You've changed the global chessboard. And so this goes actually beyond the theocratic fanatics in Tehran.
Yeah. No, it'll be very interesting to see how this whole thing shakes out. The other thing, too, is Trump's not going to have to flex up too many more times if he does this. I think it's pretty much a done deal that if he's like, all right, guys, now you're a parking lot, I don't think any other nations are going to want to play.
No. And look what's happened. Despite all of the talk from Beijing and Moscow, they could do nothing to help Syria. They could do nothing to help Venezuela. They will do nothing to help the Cubans. In fact, the last time Putin sent a flotilla to Cuba, it was 2 supply ships and a submarine that broke down and had to enter Havana Harbor on the surface because it couldn't submerge. So those are the kinds of things that we're dealing with. Look, this is serious business. It's not a Steven Seagal movie. It is not a comic book. But it has to be hard. It has to be prolonged. Eliminate the instruments of terror, the ballistic missile facilities, and what's left of their nuclear program, and let the Iranian people send the Ayatollah, if he's not dead, back to his little apartment next to Assad on the Moscow River.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I think we should just target every single officer in the entire Iranian military.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's go. All right. Robert Wilkie, we appreciate it, sir.
Always good to see you.
Always, sir.
He loves the Constitution. He fights for what's right. He hates the bad guys. He's a freedom warrior. He's your freedom warrior. Watch Carl Higbie every weekday on Newsmax.